Hello, Casa Grande, and welcome back to another episode of Parade of Paws. I'm Officer Thomas Anderson with the Casa Grande Police Department, and with me today I have Linda Garcia, Supervisor of the Animal Care and Adoption Center. Hello, Linda.
Hey, Thomas, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for being here. Today we're going to take a look, showcase a few dogs, a few cats, and tell folks a little bit about the Animal Care and Adoption Center. So before we begin, Linda, I understand that you and our Animal Care and Adoption Center are a lucky recipient of a little bit of money. Is that true?
We are. We are fortunate enough that the Pet-Friendly License Plate Committee has chosen our department again to receive a grant for $10,000, which will be used to spay and neuter pets of people that reside in the city limits of Casa Grande.
That's a wonderful grant that we received, and I know that you're happy and your staff is happy that you're able to provide these services to the community, right?
Yes, we are. This is very beneficial to help people to get their animals spayed and neutered for no cost except for the cost of the rabies shot, which will be $12. We will do 2 animals per household, and the applications will be ready on December the 1st of 2015. They will be available at the finance department. That's where you pay your trash and sewer bill. And also they will be located here at the animal control department.
Great. So we've got a few other events that are happening throughout the community over the next month or so, and some more information that you want to give our viewers. But let's get right into showcasing some of these dogs. And I believe the dogs are up first, correct?
Yes, they are.
All right, let's get started then.
Our first dog will be Porky. This is Porky. He's a 3-year-old male Chihuahua mix. He loves to whisper sweet nothings in your ear, and every once in a while he may even give you a kiss or two. He's a sweet boy that needs a forever home. He is pretty mellow. He has his moments. He's a Chihuahua. And as you can see, he's being very good for the camera today. He's very sweet. He just needs somebody who's going to love him for the rest of his life. So this is Porky.
So from Porky, we move on to Lava. Now, is this hot lava or just lava?
This
Linda?
is Lava.
All right.
Here we go. Lava, come on. There she comes. Oh, Lava is a 10-month-old female. She's a lab mix. She has got her name because she's got such a bubbly personality, and she just loves everything and everybody around her. It doesn't matter whether it's kids or other dogs. She loves everybody. She doesn't know what a non-friendly person is. As you can see, she's going to need some training, but look at that face.
And how big do you think Lava is going to get?
She's going to be a good-sized dog. Labs usually get up there pretty well, so I'd probably say 60 to 70 pounds. Could be even more depending on how labby she is. We don't know exactly how much is in there, but at 10 months, look at her paws. She's got a ways to grow.
All right, that's Lava. And next up, I believe, is Jazzy, right?
Yes, Jazzy is, here we go. Woo! Well, Jazzy is a 6-year-old female spayed. She's ready to go home. She's got some obedience training. She's a cattle dog mix. She's a little shy at first, but once you break through that shyness, she is the sweetest girl, very well-mannered. She's housebroken. She just needs a forever home. And even at the age of 6, she's got many, many more years to go. Come on back out. And Linda, that's her shyness, sorry.
There's something to be said for adopting a dog that's already, that's more than a few months old. Jazzy's 6 years old. There's nothing wrong with adopting a 6-year-old dog,
Absolutely
right?
not. You don't have the puppy stage. Normally, at that age, they're not chewing and having little accidents in the house. You've already got that out of the way with Jazzy. You won't have to worry about that. She's has toys. She doesn't chew them. She's had beds. She is not destructive. So older dogs make really good pets.
Great. So from Jazzy, we go to Gretal.
Yes. Now Gretal is quite a sweet girl. Gretal is a 2-year-old Rottweiler. Here she comes. She's an easygoing girl, and even though she has that rot look, she really doesn't have that type of personality. She should have been born a big teddy bear instead, because that's what she's like. She loves to be held and touched. She thinks she's a lap dog. So anybody that's had a Rottweiler knows that they are really good dogs and make great pets for the family. She's a little camera shy right now, and that's normal for a lot of dogs. People don't understand that when something's pointing at them that they don't understand. See, Julie just had her sit, so she's got a little bit of training about sitting. Yes.
And Gretel is a great example of busting the myth of Rottweilers, right?
Yes.
Because they do have a little bit of a reputation, but it's a little unfair because, as you can see, she's very calm.
Yeah, she is, and that's the like Officer Thomas said, that does break the myth. A lot of people, you know, if it's a certain breed, they automatically deem it's not a good breed, and that's not true. Any dog on any day can change and not be that nice dog that people think they're going to be. But Gretel, she's awesome. She's just a wonderful dog.
All right, well, I believe you've got a much younger version
Yes, we do.
coming out next, right?
Yes. This is Hans. He's a 3-month-old male shepherd puppy mix. So you're looking at basically adopting Hans is like getting a 2-year-old. They are full of energy. He wants to play. He's curious about everything, as you can see. He will need some training, so somebody that's going to put some time into him. You've got the puppy stage of the chewing, and you'll have the puppy stage of the housebreaking him, and the puppy stage where they just don't stop. He's a sweet kid. He really wants to play. That's all he does, play and sleep right now, because he's at that little age of playtime is better than anything else. He needs a little bit of obedience training, and I think Hans would make somebody a wonderful pet after he calms down. Okay.
All right, next is a special one that's already well sought after around here, and that's Boomer. I've heard a few people say they are interested in Boomer, so if you like this next guy, you got to get on board quick, right?
Yes. Boomer is been with us for a little while. He is such a good boy. He's a 2-year-old male shepherd mix. He loves to play fetch. So if you are an active person and you're looking for a dog to keep up with you and enjoy playing fetch, he's the dog for you. And there's Boomer. Little camera shy. Maybe not. There you go.
So for our next dog you're showcasing, I understand you went all the way down under to bring this one back,
We
right?
sure did.
And his name is Dundee.
This is Dundee. Dundee is a year-old male Aussie mix. He's like the Energizer Bunny, but the problem is his batteries never run out. He's on the go, 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 go all the time. So he's a very active dog. A person that wants him doesn't have to go down under to get him. They just need to come here and adopt him. Aussies make really good pets. They're very active, and let me see. I'm not sure if he has the blue eye or not. Do you have
No.
the blue eye? Okay, you don't. That's okay, baby. But he's only going to be about probably 35, 40 pounds, so he's not going to be a large dog. And right now, this is the calmest I've seen him. Normally, he's just out playing and romping around, having a good time. And he creates his own fun. You there? This is Dundee. All right, here we go. Thank you.
So our next little pup coming out is Ebony, but she's not a little pup, right?
Nope, she's 4 years old. Ebony is a mellow girl, and what she likes to do, and when she sees you, she's so excited that she wiggles all the time. This whole back end here of hers just wiggle, 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 wiggles when she sees you. She's got a lot of very good years ahead of her, but she wants somebody that she can snuggle with and greet when they come home with her little wiggleness, and love her. She's very, very good little girl. Very mellow personality for a Chihuahua. Right now, see, she's just laid back, relaxing, a little nervous, little legs shaking. But when you see her in the kennel, it's totally the opposite. She's right at the front of the gate, asking you to pick her and take her home. This is Ebony. All right.
So for those of you that are new to our show, we want you to know that these animals, when they come out here to be showcased, sometimes they get a little nervous, sometimes they'll just lay here and shake a little bit, but our next dog that's coming out is Ivory, and I believe Ivory will be our last dog to showcase today.
And this is Ivory, and I think you can see why. Ivory is a 1.5-year-old female Chihuahua. She's, believe it or not, she's trying to wiggle, but her tail's the one that's wiggling. She loves to dance. She will get up on her hind legs and do a dance for you. So if you dance and you choose Ivory, you can dance the night away with her. Super friendly. Like Thomas said, they don't always show as well as they do in the kennel because they're nervous. They're up on top of a table. There's all these things pointed at them. Their personalities are totally day and night. Here we go. And there goes the tail. And then usually what she'll do is she'll get on her back legs and dance for you, but this would be a little awkward for her and she'd be afraid. So this is Ivory, and her friend is Ebony. Okay? Can you see? Okay.
So those are all of the dogs that we have to showcase today, and we're going to showcase quite a few cats as well, but we want you all to know that there are plenty more dogs. Those aren't the only ones that we have here at the Animal Care and Adoption Center, right?
No, that's just a sample of what we have. We have numerous cats and kittens. We also have a large variety of all different breeds of puppies and medium to large sized dogs. So come on down to the shelter. We're located at 202 East 1st Avenue. Our phone number is 426-9300. It is a voicemail. You just leave a message and one of my officers will call you back.
Excellent, and we'll cover that one more time before the end of the show. Before we go any further, I wanted to ask you a question, Linda, about weather. And I know that many times we just discuss the weather right in the middle of the summer, and we're close to the end of the summer here. It's still going to be hot for a couple more months. We've got a lot of rain lately. What should our residents be concerned about when it comes to preventative maintenance or taking care of your animals and the weather?
Well, right now, no matter what, we're in Arizona. You always have to think hot, hot, hot. They need plenty of shade, plenty of water, big buckets. The plastic buckets work well. The pools, the little plastic pools, is a dog's best friend. So if the bucket tips over, they still have the pool to drink out of. But right now we're getting the monsoons, so we're getting some pretty good rainstorms coming in. If your dog's outside and he has no shelter, he's now stuck out there in the rain. A lot of dogs are very frightened by the thunder and lightning, and without a shelter, a doghouse for them to get into or be able to come in, they can bolt over a fence as high as 8 feet, and your dog could escape and get hurt by the thunder and lightning scaring them. They can run in front of traffic. So we ask everybody, especially during the monsoon time, take them in, put them in the garage. If not, at least make sure they have a large enough doghouse to get in out of the rain where they can curl up and ride it out so they're not so afraid. Because there are many dogs after a monsoon we get in because of the thunder and lightning.
So Linda, before we move into showcasing our cats, I understand that you have a really interesting story to share with our viewers.
I do. I feel that I have probably the most remarkable team to work with. And part of this that people don't understand is having the passion and compassion to do this job. And 2 of my officers went above and beyond what the normal daily things are as it is. There was a dog that was brought into our shelter. The original owner lives in Oklahoma. Officer Tiemann had made contact with them and they desperately wanted the dog back, but she could not make it from Oklahoma to Arizona. So Officer Tiemann asked, could she meet halfway? The lady said, absolutely. So Officer Tiemann and Officer Hartwell, on their own time on a Saturday, drove to Texas, probably, I'm not good on hours, but I think it was a good 8 or 9 hours drive. I don't think they got home. They left early in the morning. They didn't get home till like 11 p.m. that night. And they drove to Texas, the two of them, with the dog in between them the whole way, laughing and joking, knowing that they were going to able to reunite this dog with its original owner. The lady was ecstatic. That's going above and beyond what the normal job is, but that comes from dedication and compassion and passion. And these two ladies are full of all of that, compassion, passion, and dedication. And I would just like to say thank you to them. And I want the citizens of Casa Grande to know what kind of animal control officers you have working here, because they go above and beyond every day. So
well, let's move over here a little bit and allow Julie Tiemann and Lisa Hartwell to step in. Now you've seen Julie and Lisa before on this show if you've been watching our show, so you've heard from them before and you know that they have a great level of expertise, and you've probably been able to recognize their passion and compassion, as Linda said. But we want to thank you. Thank you very much for your service and for going beyond the service that was expected of you. So, Lisa, thank you very much. Thanks, Julie.
thank you. Thank you.
All right, so let's move on. We're going to move into showcasing our cats. One more question that I want to ask you before we do that is we were talking about the seasons, but what about the holidays? And so coming up in about a month and a half, we have Halloween. So I'm going to put you on the spot here because you didn't know that this was coming, but I know you'll be able to handle it, Linda. It can be quite dangerous to allow your pets to eat all the treats or any of the treats during Halloween. Not just that, but there are plenty of people walking around or maybe even coming close to or into your home that are dressed or overdressed, or you can't tell who they are. What kind of dangers do these present to your pets?
There's a few, and it's very simple to protect it. Your dogs, we'll start with dogs first. Dogs, the biggest thing is when you come in costume, they don't know who you are. They could be frightened, they could accidentally bite, they could bolt from the house. The other thing is candy. Chocolates being laid around, they grab it and eat it. You could end up with having to go to the vet. Some animals can actually die from eating too much chocolate. With the cats, it's not as much the costumes as it is the cellophane that's on some of the candies that the cats can get into. We ask people at Halloween time, just put your pet up. Put them in a room, put the fan on, put them in the garage, wait till all the trick-or-treaters are gone, make sure you've put the candy up. A lot of times there's candles, and that's where the cats come in. You've got to be careful because if there's candles in your home and they knock them over, it could start a fire in your house. We recommend using the flameless ones. They look just as good, but it's so much safer for everybody, your family and your pets. So if you would just take that few extra seconds for a few extra hours to put your pet in a safe place, then you won't have any issues at Halloween time.
Excellent. Great information, Linda. Thank you very much. So let's check out some of the cats that you have for us today. I believe first up we have a young male named Origarme, right?
Yes. Origarme, we have sat here and tried to define what Origarme is and what his breed is. And we have come to the conclusion that Origarme is a Russian blue with a little Scottish in him because of the ears, the Scottish fold. So we're going to say he's 3/4 Russian blue and 1/4 Scottish. Origarme is about 9 months old. He is a male. He is super friendly and litter box trained, very mellow, likes to play, and needs to have someone to choose him, see his ears, choose him to come live with them forever. Yes, this is Origarme. Okay, here's Tessa. She is a 9-month-old, she's a 1.5-year-old female, domestic medium here. She's litter box trained and a very clean cat. Her cage is never dirty. She is very clean herself. She keeps herself very clean, and she always uses her litter box. She's about a medium here, a little longer than the short. Very beautiful markings on her. She's a tabby. She's got those nice swirly patterns, very unique. Sweet girl, just looking for a home. Tessa's been with us for a little bit, and she would like to go home and be able to sit there with you, and as you can see, get a little scratch under the neck every once in a while from you. She doesn't want much, and she just needs a new home. This is Tessa. here's Chopsticks. He's a 1.5-year-old male. He's Siamese mixed with snowshoe. Well, obviously he doesn't need any snowshoes in this heat, but he'd like a forever home and a family with a little AC if you got it. He's got beautiful blue eyes, and if you look at him once in a while, they cross, and he kind of looks at you funny, because I think he's seeing two of us. And this is Chopsticks, and very friendly, shedding a little bit, because all the winter coats are out. Yeah. But see, sweet boy, very sweet, very loving. Chopsticks.
And so we're down to our last showcase, and that's a little, not a little, but a full-size
Yeah.
cat named Mittens.
Yeah, Mittens is a talker. Okay, relax. She's a female spayed adult. She has this crooked tail at the end, and she promises that if you adopt her and take her home, she'll go straight, but her tail will always stay crooked. She's a really sweet girl. Oop, she's caught there. She likes to talk, so she will greet you by talking to you as you heard her as she was coming out. And there's her little crooked tail. She must have been born that way, and that happens sometimes. Almost looks like a question mark. She's got beautiful markings with the black, the brown, and the orange. And she's about, we figure, a year or so old. Long life ahead of her. Just needs the right family. Oops, sorry, can you get that?
Sure.
Thank you.
And that one.
And again, this is Mittens.
Okay, those are all the animals we're going to showcase today. But as Linda said earlier, this is just a sample of what we have here and what we get in routinely and frequently enough to where there's plenty of more animals for you to come and see. If you could tell us a little bit about some events that are coming up that you all are going to be involved with here at the Animal Care and Adoption Center.
I'd love to. On September 29th, we have the 10th Silent Witness Anti-Crime Night. It is going to be held from 5:30 to 9 at the Vista Grande High School. Our people are there, and they will have a booth, and we usually have something for the kids. And this year we kind of got something a little more special than what we normally have, but you have to come to see it. We will have animals for adoption there, so you can come there. There's lots of pamphlets and information. My offices will be there. They'll answer any of your questions or concerns you may have. So come on out with the kids and have a good time. It's the 10th annual Silent Witness Anti-Crime Night.
And then I believe you have an open house in November coming
We do,
up, correct?
and on November 7th, it is a Saturday. It's the same day that the parade is, but you'll have plenty of time to see the Veterans Parade and still come to our open house. We're open from 10 to 2. It is our open house where all the animals, the prices to adopt have been reduced significantly. And if you're looking for an animal, that's the time to come and save some dollars and get a four-legged furry forever friend. So November 7th, Saturday from 10 to 2, we will be open to the public to adopt some animals, and we will have plenty there for you.
So I'm going to put you on the spot one more time before we finish up here,
Okay.
Linda, and ask you this question. Many of our viewers that I've spoken to sometimes are concerned up front about the process of adopting an animal, of adopting their forever pet. Now, I know that it's not a difficult process, but can you go through the steps just quickly about when someone comes here and they identify a pet that they may want to take home, make their forever home for them?
Sure. Depending on the pet you choose, if it's already been spay or neutered, because that's the law, all animals that leave here must be altered per the state law. If it's already altered, and when it's altered, we always make sure it has all its shots, then you can walk out with the animal. You fill out an adoption form, we ask you a few questions, you pay the fee, and out the door you go. We will give you as much advice as we can and guide you on what to do depending on the size, the breed of the animal. If it isn't altered, and say you pick an animal that has not been spay or neutered, we set up an appointment with the vets and we have it spay or neutered. You do the same thing, except you just don't walk out with the animal that day. Our vets are very kind enough to get us in and out quickly because they know that when they do that, they're helping us save another life. So then this way, you come the next day or the next day, depending on when they can get them in, and then you can come pick up your pet.
Now, if people have their own leash and such as that, they can bring that. If they don't happen to have one, you'll let them borrow one?
We provide one. It goes with the adoption, so they have what they need when they leave. We always give them suggestions on what type of collar or leash they should use, because every animal's different. Some of them need harnesses instead of leashes, because if they pull a lot, they'll choke. And we give them that information so that makes them better with the animal, so that it's a successful adoption.
Excellent. So I've seen this personally. I've seen the adoption process, and I'll be your expert witness here. So I'll let all of you folks at home know that if you are interested in coming down and checking out some of these animals, or even adopting one, hopefully, the process is not that difficult. And believe Linda when she says that they will give you as much advice as possible. They're not the old idea of dog catchers. That's not what they do. We're definitely interested in making sure that these pets find a forever home and that it's a safe environment for them. So there will even be questions that go back and forth, not just from you to them, but from them to you as well, so that they can ensure there's a smooth, safe process for the adoption, right?
That's what we want.
Okay, so if you could tell us just one more time, what's the address of the Animal Care and Adoption Center and the phone number?
You got it. We are located at 202 East 1st Avenue. Our phone number is 520-426-9300. It is a voicemail system. Please don't hang up, because we can't help you if we don't get your question, concern, or complaint. And you just leave a message, and one of the officers will call you back by the end of the day or no later than the following day. If it isn't one of my officers, it's one of my wonderful volunteers who man the phones for us and help us out a great deal here.
Excellent. So we want to thank you for watching us again today, and hope that you'll continue to watch us in the future. Maybe even tell your friends and family about this episode and about this show. And hopefully we'll see you down here at the Animal Care and Adoption Center in the future. A couple of resources for you. If you want to check out azpetplates.org, or maybe check out our city and the police department Facebook and Twitter pages. We highlight and showcase some of our animals on those sites. And of course, you can always go through our city website, casagrandeaz.gov, and most importantly, check us out right here on Channel 11 on Cox. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.